Hello, Mr. Martin. John Finn here. Recognize this joint? Not much has changed in the old neighborhood, but there have been some huge changes nearby and in the downtown district of Dubuque. I think some of these views would convince someone it's still 1979, though. There's Clark and Loris College up on the hill. Downtown Dubuque is in the background, and hidden among the trees to the right is the Fenland Place elevator. There's the Mississippi River and the new to you green Wisconsin Bridge. Linwood Cemetery is on top of the hill. Structure at the bottom is the Bee Branch Creek Watershed Flood Mitigation Project. So even though several committees voted on that name, we call it the Bee Branch for short. In the foreground on the right is the Morrison Brothers building, which my partner Bob Johnson will talk about later. We also have an idea for Buddy's Clubhouse that we will discuss. Here is the current owner, Rhonda, and her children waving at our drone and saying hello to you. So our idea is to purchase the home and refurbish it to the way it looked when you lived there, complete with the burnt umber appliances and the cinder block and plank shelves you mentioned in our phone call. We will also recreate your desk and word processor, plus anything else we can jog from your memory. This will be a very popular destination in Dubuque, and as we mentioned in our phone call, Dubuque currently hosts over 2 million overnight tourists each year. Plan to feature your entire body of work and how your writing has progressed over the decades. Before my partner, Bob Johnson, who is a developer and preservationist, discusses a more ambitious project that we want to associate with your house, the summary of the home portion of our idea is to purchase the house from Rhonda, who has already agreed to specific terms, where she will be well compensated for the home, as well as being compensated for finding another home that she will live in until her children graduate from high school, approximately 2 more years. We will refurbish the house to its late 1970s glory, celebrating your writing and career, your time in Dubuque, and your current projects. We've spoken with a regional player that produces high-quality museum and interpretive center installations, and we are developing a preliminary understanding of the processes and costs involved. Dubuque fortunately boasts many entrepreneurs and philanthropic individuals and families who have expressed interest in revitalizing this house, and the benefits to this classic Dubuque neighborhood will be tangible and a lot of fun. Now my friend Bob will explain what we hope to be the next phase of this project. Thank you for your interest and support of our ideas.
Hi George, Bob here. Thank you again for taking the time to hear and see our ideas. I have an idea to add here that was sparked during our conversation last year. You mentioned Meow Wolf and encouraged us to plan to see it when we come to see you. And I mentioned that my daughter had taken me there in 2019. I probably also mentioned that we both loved it. What I did not mention was that Dubuque possesses a vibrant artist community of similar ilk, along with ardent supporters of the arts. The idea of a Meow Wolf Dubuque came to mind after we spoke, and figuring out how that might be possible. I've done my homework, and as John mentioned earlier, the Morrison Brother building, it's a block and a half from your previous home, and it is exactly 20,000 square feet, the same size as the original bowling alley that you purchased for the Meow Wolf group in Santa Fe. I realize the Meow Wolf concept is in high demand in major metros, with Denver and Las Vegas being the first. Frankly, small cities like Dubuque will probably miss out on this concept unless we get creative. My idea is to explore creating a locally produced Meow Wolf, borrowing from the TED Talk and TEDx nomenclature. The term Meow Wolf X comes to mind. If the powers that be at Meow Wolf could entertain the notion of allowing locally produced installations that uphold the mission, vision, and approach, perhaps they would be open to supporting and lending their name to such endeavors. It might borrow from the franchise world regarding both structure and commercial arrangements. Potential Meow Wolf X partner communities would need to demonstrate a wealth of local support, local talent, and local market potential to the Meow Wolf powers that be headquarters. We'd like to know what you think of this, and if you feel it has potential. If you do, we'd like your support to create the first pilot Meow Wolf X venue in the Morrison Brother building down the street from your future refurbished tour home. And when I mention your support, we'd like your support with the Meow Wolf powers that be. When it comes to the funding, we will have that covered on our own. Again, the concept would be the same of what had its original genesis in Santa Fe, with a local theme, with local artists serving as the producers. And again, the main difference between the other new Meow Wolves in Denver and Las Vegas is that Meow Wolf X would be intended for smaller markets at a similar scale to the original in Santa Fe. Other potential smaller markets where I currently develop would include cities like Racine, Wisconsin, and Middletown, Ohio, just north of the Cincinnati area. In the past, small metro markets have been passed by when it came to great ideas that have potential to go national. In this way, smaller cities have something very powerful in common with the founding Santa Fe self-described fringe artists, as we feel there is strength of mission and potential in this concept. Again, George, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this idea. Stay healthy, and we look forward to visiting you soon in Santa Fe.